And joining us tonight to discuss the president's historic choice to sit on the Supreme Court is Congressman Andy Biggs. He's a member of the House Judiciary Committee. He's a member of the Freedom Caucus. It is great to have you with us, Congressman. Let's start, if we may, his choice to sit on the Supreme Court. We all know, we've been inundated with how important this choice is from both the left and the right, Republicans, Democrats, Independents, you name it. At the end of the day, the Democrats are acting as if they have the right to block his nomination, even though he's not made the appointment yet. They have made it clear they're against everyone that they can possibly imagine him choosing. Have the Dems gone completely and utterly beyond the pale?
Absolutely, Lou. I mean, this is just more of the same course that we've seen since Donald Trump became the president. And if you think about it, they're upset because they're not going to have the same advantage that they thought they have had at the U.S. Supreme Court for the last, 2 generations? And that's really got them going crazy. And so they're unreasonable. They're out there saying, we're going to fight anybody. Well, that doesn't even make sense. You don't even know the qualifications, the criterion. Yeah. And we've walked away from what the Supreme Court's supposed to be doing by making it so political.
At this point, the Dems have sort of, they've consigned themselves to irrelevance because they have been so preposterous and capricious and irresponsible, in my judgment, in their resistance to the president. This is a constitutional right of a president. This is not some, some artifice conjured up in a political smoke-filled room. This is the stuff of our the very fabric of this constitutional republic.
Absolutely right. I mean, the Constitution says he nominates, right, and the nominee's confirmed by the U.S. Senate. That's their role. If they don't like it, they cannot confirm. We've seen them do it to Robert Bork. That was horrible. That started this whole massive politicization that we see going on. But in my opinion, they ought to just remain quiet until at least you know who the nominee is going to be.
You know, those are two words that I don't associate in any way, Democrat and quiet. And then a stillness fell over the room. I can't even imagine it.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, Lou.
Let's turn, if we may, to the business of Jim Jordan, who wants to be Speaker of the House. He's received a lot of support from former coaches with whom for whom he wrestled at Ohio State, supporting him. He's got support from colleagues in the House of Representatives. But there's one conspicuous absent supporter, and that is the Speaker of the House. Why in the world would he be so classless as not to stand up for the right of this man who's been so dishonorably attacked by the left?
You know, Lou, I can't explain that. I'm not sure I understand. I mean, he said he's going to wait till a new investigation happens and all the information gets in before he makes a statement. But see,
well, why doesn't the Republican caucus understand? You say you can't explain the Speaker of the House. That means, to me, you can't explain why he's Speaker of the House. Why is he the leader of your conference? Why is he in that position of power when he's already resigned the job? I mean, the Republicans, if they ever wanted to look effete and absolutely lifeless, or as the president would refer, low energy, they couldn't have done better than Paul Ryan, who's sold out to every major donor, to every major business group, particularly U.S. multinational groups, the Business Roundtable, the Chamber of Commerce, the Koch brothers, the list goes on. Did I mention Wall Street? Why are you putting up with him?
Well, Lou, unfortunately, I'm only one vote, but let me just tell you, I think that's
But I'm giving you the opportunity to speak for so many.
Yeah, they're all with me, okay? But I'll just tell you, Jim Jordan.
As I would expect.
Yeah, well, let's just take a look. Why is the timing of this so peculiar to me? Is Jim Jordan's getting some traction to be the Speaker of the House? I think he could get it done. And then all of a sudden, for 25, 30 years ago, you get these despicable allegations that come forward. And, all I hear is things like crickets, basically. But, oh, these are serious allegations. Let's see them play out. The doctor who supposedly did the wrongdoing is dead and has been dead for over 10 years. And so what do you do now? I mean, the allegations, oh, he should have known, he must have known. That doesn't say anything about the accused. That says something about the accuser. They're living in a world without fact, devoid of facts and information. And I'm just suggesting.
But with a heightened sense of timing, no sooner does Congressman Jordan make his aspirations known to run for Speaker, then suddenly he's inundated with a smear campaign of the vilest sort. I want to ask you very quickly, the House Oversight and Judiciary Committees to hear from Lisa Page Thursday. You've heard from Strzok, Peter Strzok, the other half of that duo. What do you I mean, do you expect to learn anything at all from her that you hadn't already heard from Strzok?
We might get a few tidbits. What I suspect we're going to get is a lot of reference to some kind of privilege or confidentiality or some kind of top secret type of issue, And I think we're going to get a lot of that. And so then we're going to need to go again and try to get another public hearing for Lisa Page.
Well, we wish you luck as this mess unfolds. The Russian witch hunt goes on, and the president, a very patient man, I have to say.
Thanks, Lou.